turn KSJ on, which was 860 AM, and even though they had downplayed, they had downsized the frequency, it still had Tom Joyner, Micah Basin, and Cat had a talk. And I called, and when I turned it on, they had some other kind of music. And I said, well, what's going on? And then I waited for about 15 minutes. There was no Tom Joyner. So I called Kathy at 6 o'clock. Kathy, and I said, Kathy, and I said, she said, yeah, but I hate to call you so early. I said, but on KSJL, they changed the format. And so she said, really? So she said, just a minute. And she turned it on, and they had changed the format without even abreasting the black community that they won't do it. You know, they just changed the format.
Kathy Little brought the community together at UTSA to discuss options for getting a community radio station. Some were concerned that a commercial station owned by a family or owned by an individual or corporation would potentially be sold again, leaving us right back where we are. And through the community dialogue, a lot of people came to the conclusion that the best option for us was to move together as a nonprofit corporation, and try and enshrine in the bylaws that this is for San Antonio, this is for the community, this is for the black community, to fill the void that was missing. And so the station was born as a community-driven, community-owned station, never to be sold again.
There have been plenty of complaints from people who have over a very long period of time complained about the lack of real good radio in San Antonio. There really is none. And as we look at the situation on the dial in an everyday event, as we're driving down the streets of San Antonio, we really don't have a station that can address all of the needs of the community. Of course, we have stations that play music all the time, sometimes over and over again, ad nauseum, same song. And we have stations that do a lot of talk. We have stations that are just sports stations. And as a result of this situation, we have to keep flipping. There's no one station that carries a package of events that can deal with all of these things at once. A station that'll deal with good music, which we have a lack of in this town, as far as urban contemporary sound. A station that can deal with our educational needs, a station that can deal with talk radio, a station that can address different voices in our community, both from a cultural point of view and from a socioeconomic point of view. So we don't have any station that can actually deal with all of these things at once. And so we are left to just scratch our heads and flip from one station to the next without ever getting the kind of quality that people in other parts of the country experience. And San Antonio, in that sense, is really far behind. We have a great opportunity to make this happen with the building and the establishment of 91.72 HD radio FM to provide a vehicle by which communities' needs can be serviced. This is something that has never been done before, so this will be a first in the city of San Antonio, and perhaps a trend.
I feel that there's a lack of connection between the black community and the radio stations that are out there. You can listen to one station, but they won't necessarily cater to a specific genre, so you have to skip through stations. I would like to see a station where you can just leave your radio on that station, because it plays different things, but it also knows how to connect to its audience.
This is a perfect opportunity for them to help make that happen.
Say, hey, Webb, what do you guys listen to? I said, we really don't. We don't have a niche. We're looking for the niche. Exactly. And I think KROV will do just exactly that.
Recognizing that music of the African diaspora has influenced rock and roll, Latin jazz, salsa and merengue, and virtually every music medium in between, San Antonio Community Radio, KROV, is a non-profit 501c3 community radio station with an urban contemporary format backdrop. The station will play the best of old school and new school R&B and hits from local musicians of all music genres. KROV will have educational programming as part of its partnership with Trinity University that addresses issues and provides an outlet for San Antonio's nonprofit organizations to increase their outreach. The driving force of the station will be our commitment to amplify local events and issues that uplift San Antonio's rich social, economic, and cultural tapestry. That's what makes us San Antonio Community Radio. There are some frequently asked questions among supporters of San Antonio Community Radio, like, what is HD radio, and how do I hear the station? To hear R&B songs and local hits you've been missing, all you need to do is buy an HD radio. You can get an HD receiver in your car for as little as $40 on Amazon.com or at Best Buy, Radio Shack, and other electronic stores. You can purchase an alarm clock radio for as little as $75 online or at electronic stores locally. Also, is this an FM or AM station? San Antonio Community Radio is an FM station, but it's in HD. That means you need an HD radio. Unlike Sirius or XM satellite radio, you do not have to pay. Most people don't realize that they're losing sound quality with old FM radio. HD radio allows you to get better sound, just like HD TV gives you a better television picture. HD radios also allow you to download and purchase songs you hear on iTunes. For local artists, this puts money directly in their pockets, and we're glad to help provide that stimulus in our local economy. Finally, for music lovers, the sound quality of HD radio is CD quality and has a better sound than old FM or AM radio. HD is truly the future of radio. People also ask, what does HD mean? HD stands for Hybrid Digital. Radio, like much of music, is now going digital. Going digital allows radio stations to split their frequency into 6 different stations, an HD1, HD2, all the way to HD6. Or in the case of KROV, we're sharing the frequency with Trinity University's jazz station, 91.7 FM. They broadcast in HD on 91.7 HD1. And we will broadcast community issues and R&B hits on 91.7 HD2. How far does the station reach? The station covers the same area as 91.7 FM, which is all of Bexar County, out toward Kerrville and Comfort to our north. Will this be a 24-hour station? Yes, absolutely. How much have you already raised? We've already raised $134,000 and have $300,000 in uncollected pledges. When do you expect to be on the air? The more the community contributes, the sooner we will be on the air. The only major obstacle now is the cost of our equipment, which is approximately $15,000, and our annual lease payment of the frequency to Trinity University, which is $30,000. Do I have to pay to hear the station? Absolutely not. Unlike Sirius XM satellite radio, you do not have to pay to hear this station. You simply need an HD radio. How do I contribute? San Antonio Community Radio is a people-driven, people-supported endeavor, and it can only survive by your generosity. Please dig deep and write checks to San Antonio Community Radio, P.O. Box 690231, San Antonio, Texas 78269, or you can donate online at www.krovfm.com. We've got work to do, but we're almost there, San Antonio. Let's finish strong, and let's restore our voice. And now we are at the goal line and need you to help us score a touchdown.